In the annals of maritime history, a harrowing tale known as the ill-fated voyage of the Albatross has been whispered for generations, a grim reminder of the perilous nature of the open sea and the darkness that can consume even the most stalwart souls. It was the year 1837 when the merchant vessel Albatross set sail from the bustling port city of New Orleans, bound for the distant shores of London. Captain Nathaniel Hawke, a seasoned seafarer, led a crew of rugged sailors and determined passengers, all eager to reap the rewards of a successful transatlantic trade. The initial weeks of the voyage were uneventful, with favorable winds propelling the ship across the vast expanse of the Atlantic. But as the Albatross ventured farther from the safety of the coastline, a series of misfortunes began to plague the vessel. Unrelenting storms battered the ship, shredding its sails and leaving the crew at the mercy of the tempestuous sea. Supplies dwindled, and tension among the crew escalated as hope waned. Desperation took hold, and whispers of mutiny circulated among the crewmen. Captain Hawke, struggling to maintain order, made a fateful decision to alter their course in search of salvation. But fate had a different plan in store. Days turned into weeks, and the crew's situation grew increasingly dire. With rations nearly depleted and the crew weakened by exhaustion, survival instincts took hold. The cold embrace of hunger gnawed at their stomachs, and a sinister desperation set in. It was then that the unthinkable occurred. In a shadowed corner of the ship's hold, a gruesome pact was formed among a group of the most desperate crew members. Cannibalism, a taboo born of necessity, became the grim solution to their plight. The first act was hesitant, repugnant, but the consuming hunger pushed them deeper into the abyss of depravity. As the days passed, the crew's humanity eroded further. Once vibrant souls reduced to hollow shells, they turned to one another for sustenance, each bite a macabre reminder of their descent into darkness. The ship became a floating tomb, haunted by the echoes of anguished cries and the stench of desperation. Amid the horror, a lone survivor remained untouched by the grisly feast. A young cabin boy named Elias, who had managed to escape the clutches of the cannibalistic crew, bore witness to the unspeakable acts committed in the name of survival. He hid in the shadows, a silent observer to the ship's descent into madness. Weeks later, a passing merchant vessel spotted the Albatross adrift and sent a boarding party to investigate. What they discovered was a nightmare beyond imagination. The decks were stained with blood, the air thick with an air of unspeakable dread. The surviving crew members, their eyes haunted and vacant, were taken into custody, and the truth of their ordeal was revealed. The ill-fated voyage of the Albatross became a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink in the face of insurmountable odds. The survivors, haunted by their unspeakable acts, were forever marked by the horrors of that ill-fated journey. The sea, once a symbol of boundless possibility, now held a darker truth, a reminder that the ocean's depths can reveal the worst of humanity's impulses, when pushed to the brink of desperation. Like and subscribe or be eaten alive. Off the rugged coast of Nova Scotia, in the frigid waters of the North Atlantic, a chilling mystery unfolded that defied explanation and left an indelible mark on maritime history. Known as the Vanishing Flotilla, this tale blurs the line between fact and fiction, recounting a series of eerie events that continue to baffle researchers to this day. In the winter of 1912, a fleet of 7 fishing vessels set out from the small fishing village of Bracken Cove, their holds laden with the promise of a bountiful catch. The sea was calm, the sky overcast, as the flotilla ventured into the fathomless depths of the ocean. The sailors, seasoned and resilient, felt confident in their ability to weather any storm. Days passed without incident, the crews casting their nets and hauling in a plentiful haul of fish. But as the sun dipped below the horizon on the 6th night at sea, an eerie fog rolled in, shrouding the vessels in a ghostly mist. Whispers of unease began to circulate among the sailors, their instincts sensing a looming danger they couldn't quite comprehend. As the fog thickened, the ships lost sight of one another, isolated in a sea of grey obscurity. Panic spread among the sailors as communication became impossible, each vessel struggling to navigate through the treacherous waters. Days turned into nights, and the fog showed no sign of lifting. Desperation set in as the crews realized they were hopelessly lost. Then, on the 12th day, a lone ship emerged from the mist, its timbers creaking and worn. The crew of the vessel, known as the Seahawk, were haggard and wild-eyed, their faces etched with fear. They recounted a harrowing tale of inexplicable occurrences that had befallen the flotilla. They spoke of strange lights dancing beneath the waves, luring crew members overboard with an eerie allure. They described bizarre distortions in time and space, where hours seemed to pass like seconds, and reality itself became malleable. And most chillingly, they recounted the inexplicable disappearances of their fellow ships, swallowed whole by an unseen force. In the days that followed, the Seahawk's crew succumbed to madness one by one, their minds unable to process the horrors they had witnessed. The vessel itself seemed cursed, as if tainted by the malevolent forces that had claimed the rest of the flotilla. And then, as suddenly as the fog had descended, it lifted, revealing the vast expanse of the open sea. Bracken Cove waited in vain for the return of its fleet, but the vessels and their crews were never seen again. The disappearance of the vanishing flotilla remains an unsolved enigma, a chilling testament to the mysteries that lie beneath the surface of the ocean. The fishermen of Bracken Cove still speak in hushed tones of that ill-fated journey, a tale that blurs the boundaries between fact and fiction, and serves as a haunting reminder of the ocean's power and its secrets. Like and subscribe or be eaten alive. In the remote coastal village of Eldamore, nestled between towering cliffs and crashing waves, a grim legend whispered through generations. Tales of an ancient curse that befell anyone who dared venture too far into the treacherous waters surrounding the village. A curse that had the power to twist fate and doom all who crossed its path. It all began with Captain Morgan Blackwood, a fearless and reckless seafarer who had become infamous for his ruthless plundering of distant shores. He arrived in Eldamore with his crew, seeking refuge and resupply after a particularly brutal raid. The villagers, unaware of the darkness that trailed in his wake, welcomed the pirates with open arms. As the days turned to nights, Captain Blackwood grew intrigued by the mysterious stories of the Eldamore curse. Ignoring the warnings of the villagers, he set sail into the heart of the ocean, eager to prove his dominance over any force that dared challenge him. The day was calm, the sea a tranquil blue expanse stretching to the horizon. But as Captain Blackwood's ship ventured deeper, a sense of unease settled upon the crew. The sky darkened, and an eerie fog enveloped them, swallowing their ship whole. Desperate cries echoed through the mist as crew members vanished one by one, taken by an unseen force. In his arrogance, Captain Blackwood clung to his delusion of control, determined to conquer the curse. He ordered his crew to press on, but each passing moment seemed to distort reality. The crew's faces twisted, their bodies contorted, and their minds descended into madness. The ocean itself seemed alive, its waves rising like grotesque limbs to pull the ship downward. Days turned into nights, and nights into endless cycles of torment. The crew became unrecognizable, their bodies warped and fused with the ship itself. Captain Blackwood's very essence merged with the helm, his soul forever bound to the cursed vessel. Their anguished screams became a haunting chorus, carried by the wind to the shores of Eldamore. Back in the village, the once hospitable villagers could only watch in horror as the cursed ship re-emerged from the fog, its grotesque form forever changed. The twisted sailors, now mere shells of their former selves, reached out with spectral hands, forever trapped between the realms of the living and the damned. Eldamore became a place of dread, its once thriving community falling into despair as the curse spread. Fishermen disappeared into the depths, and the once bountiful ocean turned barren and lifeless. The curse reached its gnarled fingers into the heart of the village, twisting its streets and buildings into monstrous shapes. Generations passed, and the cursed legend of Eldermore lived on. The village became a forsaken place, forever tainted by the fate of Captain Morgan Blackwood and his ill-fated crew. To this day, if you stand on the cliffs overlooking the now blackened sea, you might catch a glimpse of the ghostly ship emerging from the mist, its anguished cries carried on the wind, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lie beneath the waves. Like and subscribe or be eaten alive. In the distant waters of the Atlantic Ocean, a group of intrepid explorers set sail on a grand expedition to uncover the secrets hidden beneath the waves. Their state-of-the-art research vessel, the Abyssal Voyager, was equipped with cutting-edge technology, allowing them to delve deeper into the ocean than ever before. Little did they know, their insatiable curiosity would lead them to a horrifying fate. Dr. Amelia Hartley, a brilliant marine biologist, led the team of scientists, accompanied by a skilled crew of sailors and engineers. Their mission was to study the mysterious underwater ecosystems of the Bermuda Triangle, an area notorious for ship disappearances and unexplained phenomena. Dr. Hartley was determined to unravel the enigma that shrouded the region. As the Abyssal Voyager descended into the depths, the crew marveled at the alien landscapes and mesmerizing creatures that came into view. The pressure increased, and the darkness outside the vessel's reinforced windows became oppressive. But the crew's excitement was undeterred, driven by their thirst for discovery. Days turned into weeks, and the crew members began to notice strange occurrences. Equipment malfunctioned inexplicably, and crew members reported hearing haunting melodies in the distance. Dr. Hartley, however, remained resolute, convinced that their findings would revolutionize the field of marine science. One fateful night, as the crew conducted a deep-sea dive, they stumbled upon an ethereal underwater city. The ruins glowed with an otherworldly light, and the crew's excitement reached a fever pitch. Dr. Hartley and her team donned diving suits and embarked on an expedition to explore the ancient metropolis. As they ventured deeper into the ruins, the haunting melodies grew louder and more alluring. Unbeknownst to them, the city was home to a group of malevolent sirens, vengeful spirits of sailors who had perished in the Bermuda Triangle's treacherous waters. These sirens had lured countless ships to their doom over the centuries, and now they set their sights on the Abyssal Voyager and its crew. The sirens' enchanting songs clouded the crew's judgment, filling their minds with visions of forgotten treasures and unattainable desires. Dr. Hartley, once a beacon of reason, became entranced by the sirens' call. One by one, the crew succumbed to the lure of the sirens, abandoning their duties and responsibilities. As the days passed, the Abyssal Voyager drifted aimlessly, its crew members transformed into mere shells of their former selves. The once proud vessel now lay adrift, a ghostly remnant of its former glory. The sirens reveled in their triumph, their malevolent laughter echoing through the empty corridors. Back on land, Dr. Hartley's colleagues grew increasingly concerned as communication with the Abyssal Voyager ceased. Search parties scoured the Bermuda Triangle, but the vessel seemed to have vanished without a trace. The fate of the crew remained a haunting mystery, a grim reminder of the ocean's merciless grasp. And so, the legend of the Abyssal Voyager joined the annals of maritime tragedy, a cautionary tale of hubris and the allure of the unknown. The siren's lament echoed through the ages, a chilling reminder that even the most advanced technology and scientific knowledge are no match for the ancient and unforgiving forces that dwell beneath the waves.